Fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'm just out for a little blast in the evening light in my local woods. And I thought I'd take the chance to get a little video done. And I've been looking through the archives of GMBN's hacks and bodges, with something me and Blake have a lot of fun with on the Dirt Shed show. We like to do a little bit of a sing-song.
Hacks and bodges, hacks and bodges, hacks and bodges, hacks and bodges, hacks and bodges. Yeah, nice.
But we've had some really great ones and some really terrible ones over the years. So I thought I'd take this chance to take a look at the best hacks and the worst bodges we've had on GMBN. I mean, what makes a great hack and what makes a bodge a real bodge, a real terrible one? There's a fine line, a fine balance, but it's great to see your ingenuity on stuff like this. So let's take a look at this month's Hacks and Bodges best and worst contenders. So first up, we've got Nicholas, who was looking around all the local stores in Greece trying to find a chain whip, but he couldn't do it. And what he ended up doing was building probably the ugliest hack or bodge we're gonna see today. But you know what? You've got to look past the ugliness and see the ingenuity in this one, because it is really smart. I mean, it's basically just a piece of old stick and a knackered chain, but it's made one of the most useful tools that we have in our toolboxes, because without a chain whip, getting a cassette off can be near on impossible. And he even says that the wood kind of digs into the teeth and gives you even better leverage than maybe even an actual chain whip does. I mean, first look, hands down bodge, but once you start thinking about what he's done with it, is it a hack? It's a pretty good one to start with. I like this next one a lot. Troy has been lucky enough, thanks to his mum, getting a toe peak multi-tool in its nice little case. Really, really cool thing to have on your bike, because you can get so much done. I've actually always got mine with me. Amazing little bit of kit. But Troy, unfortunately, didn't have the mount for the toe peak multi-tool, which sucked, right? But his bike's got a front derailleur mount, weirdly enough, that it isn't using, just behind the seat tube, close to the back wheel. So he fashioned a bolt head and got it to fit there. Look how neat it slips in. It's absolutely ingenious. I mean, I've got a couple of concerns, because, you know, there's going to be a lot of mud and muck and rocks and all this kind of stuff flying up and hitting it. That could be a concern, and if you lose your multi-tool when you're out on a ride, that's not good news. But it's in just such a neat spot, just so perfect that I like it. So it's made it on the list. Clever. He's only used one bolt, smashed it. Perfect little adaptation to his bike. Now this one, I think we're getting into bodge category, all right, but it's possibly one of the worst ones I've seen. You want to take a drink out on your ride, don't you? I've got one just over there. You've got to have a drink to help quench your thirst when you're out on a ride. And Prim just couldn't go out without a bottle on his bike, but he hasn't got a bottle cage. So he's fashioned this quite disgusting setup where he's just used basically one zip tie and what looks like an old Velcro MBUK strap. MBUK being a very famous UK magazine that we all used to read and appear in back in the day. So that's nice to see on his bike, but oh man, it's ugly. And I love the cockpit area of my bike. I want it to look cool. I've got everything here that I need. I've got my hand guards and, you know, I've got a couple of bits of tape wrapped around in case I need it, but just zip tying a bottle on there, bleh, not for me, that one. Bodge. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We really are getting into a serious bodge territory now. David has made a diffuser in his house. I mean, diffusers are basically sticks that absorb up an oil fluid in a little jar and then dispel that out into the atmosphere, giving you a lovely scent in the air, a beautiful feeling. But he's used GT85. I mean, surely it just make your house smell like a garage. I mean, I don't know about this one. I mean, he solved the problem of having some fluid in a pot, but GT85, is that really what it's for? I don't think that's working. Big bodge, David. You should be ashamed of yourself. God, can't believe you sent that in. Unreal. bodge, 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 bodge. We are in serious bodge territory here. Scott has basically sent this in saying he's created a bike rack out of a basketball hoop. He hasn't, he's hung his bike on a basketball hoop. It doesn't make it a bike stand, it's just holding the bike. I mean, you could work on it a little bit, maybe. Come on, man, this is not worthy of awards unless we're sticking with the worst bodge ever, because you're getting really, really close, son. To be fair, Scott does say he thinks this is a terrible bodge. Thanks for sending it in. Okay, let's get into some really good hacks now, okay? First one from Dan. Look at this, old plastic suitcase screwed to the wall. Now, when it's open, it's almost like a workbench and it's got all of the tools handy in the back there on the wall. Looks really neat. And of course, when you've finished with it, you can just close that up. That workspace is suddenly out of the way. You're free to move around in the garage again. And I guess maybe you could adapt this so it just hooks off the wall and you could take tools with you. But it's a great use of one of those really tough and sturdy plastic travel cases. Turned it into a bicycle workbench. Absolutely brilliant hack. Love it. Now we're talking. Right, some 3D tech now from Jeffrey. Needed to make some lower linkage for his bike, so he drew it up, pressed print, did it in 2 sections so he could bolt it together and do a really neat job of it. And we've seen brands do this, so he's come up with a really great idea to solve the problem on his bike. He wasn't happy with that linkage and created a new one. Now, 3D printing is really cool, and it's definitely a super way to hack things on your bike, but I don't know if it's the same kind of spirit as something like that suitcase on the wall, because I like the upcycling of that, but creating something new out of just basically a pot of resin, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's some 3D printed bits on this bike and it does work amazingly well. It's definitely a very cool hack, but I don't know if you're just using technology to advantage too much to win any awards this week, but definitely cool to see that you can actually print bits for your bike straight off of a 3D printer in your house. That is pretty rad. I've got a soft spot for this next one from Lee. I really like it. Single speed chain tensioner made out of an old derailleur. Now this is really cool because he's taken out all the bits he can to make it nice and lightweight, really usable. Lots of trials riders used to do this back in the day. You can actually buy chain tensioners specifically for that now, but back in the day you couldn't when we were first doing mountain bike trials and we wanted to get down to single speed but not have a floppy chain. So this was a solution we used to use, so I really like it. It's got a bit of nostalgia for me, but I tell you what I really like that Lee's done here is he's kept the clutch on there. So now he's got this chain tensioner with the clutch built in, and not many chain tensioners come with a clutch built in, so that is really cool. Maybe he's created an even better product than he could have bought. And some of those chain tensioners, they sound very simple, but they can be like $200, so he saved serious money with this hack. This one is very, very cool. I like it a lot, and it's something we can all think about because going single speed sometimes is a really interesting way to ride mountain bikes. Jason's made a great bike rack wall mount. Blake would be freaking out with this one. Really cool. I like it. It's adjustable because it's on that center piece of section that really means you could slide that attachment up and down. It's very neat looking. I like it a lot. And I can just see Blake looking at it and going, oh man, that would work on the back of my Jeep, or some other silly reason he would use another wall mount. He loves playing with that stuff. But I tell you what, I really like this one. It's really, really neat. We get sent quite a lot of bike stands and wall mounts. So they have to go through quite a filter to really get onto the channel. But this one's just so neat, so symmetrical, sharp. Really like this last one from Kevin. It's super heavy duty. Looks like he works with a bit of metal work himself because he's put this amazing bike wall mount together. Looks like it's multi-directional, looks really, really strong. Looks like you could hang a motorcycle from that thing. I do wonder if it's a little bit of a head strike security issue, you know what I mean? Safety issue. You could come around the corner of your house and whack your head on that. So maybe hang a bag over it of a bright colour or something so you don't bang your head. But I really like it. I like the engineering in it. I like that it looks rough and tough, and I would definitely enjoy hanging my bike on that and being able to position it, lock it out, boom, nice. Very neat job. I tell you what, today we have had some amazing hacks and some unbelievable bodges. I really love getting this stuff sent in from you guys, because it really is you guys that make the community of uploaded stuff we get. We really enjoy seeing everything you do with your bikes and with your super cool ideas, and we definitely feed off them and use them quite a lot. It's a really cool way to come up with new ways to use old parts, and maybe look at different ways to use parts so they can do a totally new job. So I like it a lot. Right, I've got to get back to riding, so I can't stand here with you all day. What I'm going to do is head up the trail and do some laps. I guess I'll catch you guys another time. But until then, hack and bodge. Take care.